serve on our school board. That's not an easy task. I just don't need a lot of people canceling their policies because I made a wrong decision on the school board. So, okay, at this time, our next candidate, I believe here in order, is Mr. Jim Long.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, who is this guy, number one? Because I'm not from Columbus. I was not raised here. But I am going to give you a little bit of my background, and then I'll say a little bit about why I've decided to run for the school board. And I'll speak to the criticism part that you just alluded to, also dealing with that. Number one, I've been in education for over 30 years. I now reside in Colorado County. I am married to a former Columbus High School graduate, Daphne Long. Her name was Susie Heinzen. And so I've been around this area for quite a while. We've been married over 30-something years. And I coached and taught for those 30 years. I was down at El Campo. I've been in Brenham for the last 17, this is the 18th year. And so I've been in the education business for a long time. A little bit about my background. I have taught from 7th grade on, American history. I taught physical education. I've been a coach for over all those years. I've just recently resigned as retired from the head coaching job, the head baseball coach at Brenham High School after 17 years. And now I work part-time for the school district a couple days a week. And a lot of my job is still things I did before. The PE coordinator for the district, as well as I'm the school health advisory committee head. Also the facilities coordinator for that district. Now that's enough about that district. We really want to talk about this district. One of the things that I thought about as far as running, and I'm not going to go into all my background. If you want to ask some other questions about achievements and all those things, a lot of times if I tell people I coached at Brenham High School, I don't really have to say a whole lot more about baseball. So had some success and was very blessed to be there and raise my children. I do have 3 daughters. Actually, I have 5 children, and they're all in education. They followed in my wife and I's footsteps, which she is the Human Resources Director for Brenham ISD still. Trying to get her to retire after next year so we can enjoy this area a little bit more. So anyway, they're all in education. They followed in our footsteps. Not that we always thought that would be the best thing for them to do. If you've been in education, you know. But it has been a blessing for me and for my family. So deciding to run for the school board, it was sort of a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. I wanted to put what expertise I have in education, because I've been on the ground floor from every angle that you can imagine, from coaching the 7th grade level up to the high school level, from washing clothes as a coach, not getting paid but $10,000 a year when I first started to do the job. And I found out in all those years it was a blessing. Money was really irrelevant because the kids came first. They were number one always for me. Parents at the time I was a coach were irrelevant. I wanted them to be on board, but the kids came first. And that's still today. I wanted to get on this end of it to see if I could help in a school district. And I've heard a lot about Columbus. I don't know all the ins and outs of a Columbus ISD, but I have been around it quite a bit. I know it does have a good reputation. It is a good place. I always felt like if I could be a part to help to continue that, as well, that's 3 minutes. That was quick. So if you have any questions, I would answer that a little bit later. Hopefully I don't need to use these.
You may read that for you.
You might have to. Let's see. Can you comment on how our school system compares with enrollment, budget, or tax rate of other schools in the area? Well, not actually.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not as familiar with all the ins and outs, which of course I would be as far as those things are concerned. I know what they were, where we came from. We built a house out there, so I can't tell about all the tax rates yet until I start getting those bills. I'll know that pretty quick. But I will compare the districts as far as the ones that I've seen on the outside, because a lot of times you've been here all your life, you know what it is on the inside. And I've been in a couple of districts, and I will tell you that I've heard a lot of positive things about Columbus ISD. And if I would be so chosen to be part of this, that I'll do the best I can for the kids, as well as the teachers and the community. And if there are any problems, I'm not going to whine about problems. The one thing I will say real quick about the criticism from the outside. If you coached in Brenham High School baseball, you're going to deal with criticism. And again, I didn't care what the criticism was. I was going to do what I thought was best for the children, the kids, for the community, and the discipline, as these gentlemen alluded to. I was so glad to hear that, because that is the one thing you have to have if you want to be successful in your schools. If you don't have discipline, you can check it in. You have to have discipline and respect, and that's what our students need the most. So appreciate your time. Thank you.